That's the first point. Have goals, know your goals, and those allow you to think backwards. The next is creating a supportive environment. Now, that comes in two forms. One of them is your literal physical environment, like my beautiful apartment and room here. I do things like organize my bed. I keep a relatively organized desk. Like I keep my keyboards here so I can practice these early in the morning. And I keep a bunch of water bottles right beside me so I just fill them up once and I don't have to get up to refill my water. Things that just help you dive in and work efficiently. I also try to keep a pretty minimalist house, just so there's not a bunch of distractions that I can go. Like, that's why my guitar's in the case and not just out, because otherwise I'd just be screwing around on it all the time. And I like music and guitar, so there's that. Now, the other part of that has to do with the people in your life. So, this one gets a little bit interesting because it helps you see, like, where to put your attention. And here's the thing about people. On one hand, there are, like, in general, friends. So these are people who are, they're at least nice, like they care about you and they take care of your emotional health. So on one hand, that is a useful piece of it. And then there's the people who also share very mutual interests and who are also, like, in general, nice, kind, polite people. If you're just surrounded by douchebags, then find other friends. Like that's essentially the whole thing there. And I don't mean that in like just making jokes and like being that way, but like if they're friends that kind of like chip at you, or they're make some like comments like, oh, you'll never achieve that, or like any of that. Luckily I don't really have any of those friends right now, but like there was a time like in Mississippi where I was like, I want to get out of Mississippi, and they're like, everyone just stays here, and like it's just sort of dumb. So yeah, so there is a part of just like basic human kindness, and then there's a part of mutual interest and people who can actually help you or support you and sort of give you the feedback you need to pull you up. So, for example, I have a mentor in a few areas. So, I have my sort of like life mentor, like outside of myself, because I do direct myself at this point. But when I didn't really know what I was doing a whole lot, my mentor helped me a lot by learning to cook, teaching me how to work out, cooking, or yeah, I said cooking, but taking care of my body, that sort of things, and also with some business advice, which, like, for example, like me looking into the camera, me trying to cut out my filler words like, and so, which, if you look at my videos, you may find a lot of those. And things like this that can help show you improvements, or friends that actually like tangibly help you with something like outside of just advice too. So advisors are great and they help direct you. And then also there's people who can do something tangible, like for example, if I had a friend that just came out of the blue and was like, hey, I'd love to edit your videos for you so you don't have to do that. Basically, people that can just save you time on something that you would likely do anyway, or give you something that will definitely help you, but you just wouldn't have guessed it otherwise. And what this also means is people who don't have your same like mutual interests, or aren't trying to build either the same thing or haven't built the same thing, or they're just doing things that aren't like really relevant, but they're trying to pull you into it. Like for example, while I'm working on my business situation here, or while I'm learning piano, what I'm also not doing is going to like expat poker night or something in my city. So it's like, even though I might receive the invite, or I might like receive the invite to like go drink wine with some friends, one, like I don't drink, so I like to keep my body super clean. Those activities aren't aligned with my goals and interests, therefore I am unlikely to do those things. What I would be interested in and am interested in is attending a startup event that can help me learn the skills to start or to succeed at building my app Reflector. that is a useful event where I will likely meet people that are interested in doing the same thing. Then I can share the tips and find those people. So that is another thing, regardless of what your goal is. You know, if you're into video games and Hearthstone, like I have a friend that's into gaming. I'm somewhat into gaming. Like, games are fun, like when you can de-stress. And at the same time, he also has an interest in streaming, and that is a mutual interest to myself as well, and cooking, and like he's sort of my neighbor. So, like that's in my opinion, that's a very synergistic relationship that is win-win. So if I learn how to cook something, I can teach him. If he learns something about streaming, like we can sort of link up and help each other. The last piece of this is when you know what to do, like when you've had all of your ideas, when you've made your plan, keep working. I say that because as a solopreneur myself and as a digital nomad who works from home a lot, there is a pull of FOMO, fear of missing out on things, that can exist emotionally. And like, whereas you might have a habit of, I don't know, playing video games or like doing something else, and like it is fine to rest sometimes, but I think as much as you can, like if you have ideas and you have them mapped out and listed out somewhere, which in general I think you should be doing unless you are just implementing like immediately and you have everything organized in your mind. When you keep working and when you don't necessarily take breaks, like, you know, do whatever you have to do to like sleep well at night. But if you are just working really, really, really hard, over time that will like shove you in the direction that you're trying to go. And in my opinion, that is very much worth doing because I was getting distracted a lot, even though like I had, even if they're small ideas, as long as it's in the path of your goal, like it wouldn't make a lot of sense for me to keep playing Hearthstone right now because that's what I was doing and it was pulling my attention. It doesn't make a lot of sense for me to scroll because, again, I know what to do. But that just takes away the attention. And it would be much more valuable if I was, let's say, making an Instagram for Reflector or TikTok or finding a platform that lets you post to multiple platforms simultaneously. Point is, those are the lessons that I learned about how to focus and really commit yourself to your goals. Anyways, just something to think about. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you consider subscribing. My name is Zach Plochet. I teach people how to code, make music, and build software. Also, I'm building my app Reflector right now. Until next time, bye for now.